All right, this is Professor Homa. We're back for part 3 of our budget. In 5-minute increments, it's taking a little longer than I expected. So this may be a couple parts, but they're only 5 minutes at a time. So hopefully they're slow enough that you can kind of follow things. The last thing we did is we used formulas. In these cells, I have formulas. This formula in cell F5, the formula in here is actually B4. It takes the value from B4. And then in this cell, the formula is F5 times 0.08, which actually subtracts 20% of it, or takes 80% of the value in F5, and that leaves us with 28,000, or whatever value we have. The last formula we have here was F6 divided by 12. That means take the value in F6, which was 28,000, divided by 12. It gives us a monthly value. And then over here we used a formula of just we don't need sum. We could just say equals F7. It just pulls the value from F7 and puts it in there. Okay, so the next step we're going to do in here, before we add these things up, we're going to use another formula in here just to kind of convert to monthly. This area is just temporary, and we're going to use it for different values, so we're not going to pull anything from here. We're just going to use it. It's like using a calculator to just divide by 12. That's all this thing is going to do here. So for some of these values here on your sheet, we're going to use this convert to monthly. So we're going to write a formula for here. We're not going to put anything in this yearly amount. That's just going to be our empty variable. Whatever we put in there, we'll have to run through here first. So for my amount monthly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a formula for amount monthly, and that's cell F13. So in cell F13, we're going to write a formula, which is the equal sum. And much like the other one that we did, and make sure you do equals and not plus, equal sum, and again, I'm screwing that up again. Without parentheses. Parentheses come after the sum. So equals sum, and then in parentheses, we're just going to take the value of this cell and divide by 12. So the cell above it happens to be F12, and then we're going to divide it by 12. So we're going to do the cell of F12, divide it by with a forward slash, and then 12. So it's taking any value we put in this cell of F12, we're going to divide it by 12 and get other values. So if we have any yearly values or any kind of other values, we're going to just figure out a monthly, because some bills don't come monthly. So we'll just make sure we are able to convert everything to monthly. And we'll use this for different things, not just for one value. We'll use different things. So we'll use it over. Okay, so I'll hit return. So whatever I put in here, let's just say, let's use this one for example. And this one is further down in the sheet, but here's the water and sewer bill. It says you get three billing statements of $80. So you get billed every 4 months, and it's for $80. So yearly, obviously, you add that up, that's $240. But we need to know monthly for our budget, so we could go up here and just type in $240, and now it's just like a little calculator. I'll type in $240, hit return, and it gives me a value of $20. So now I know for water and sewer that's about $20 a month, even though I pay it every 4 months. So I'll just put in 20 here, hit return. I don't have to put decimals in, because if it's formatted for 2 decimals, it'll put them in. Okay, other areas where I don't have values, one of the things on the sheet that we're going to do is we're going to convert auto and make this auto maintenance. So I'll make that auto maintenance, and we came up with a value, this is probably low, but of maybe $250 a year in auto maintenance, oil changes, brakes, on the average per year. So, but we want a monthly value to kind of figure in. So what I could do is go over here and put in 250. It's just an estimate, and hit return, and it's giving me a value of around 2083. So I'm going to put that in for car maintenance, 2083. And obviously for a used car, an older vehicle, you might have a little higher value for that. Okay, and then also some of these down here, I have one $24 a year. I could type in 24, hit return. And this one is about $2. And for my magazine, I could type in 16 up here, and again, I'm just figuring out a monthly value. That's about $1.33, so that's not a whole lot. Okay, and the last one here I'm going to figure out is groceries. We're saying about $100 a week. Now, we don't need the calculator for this. $100 a week, about 4 weeks a month. We're going to figure around $400 a week. So I'll type in 400. That's probably estimating a little low, as is my $20 per month health and beauty value that I put in there. So but I'll use that for now, and we're going to break right here.